This woman walked into her husband's party with a cane. She only came to take him home, but the second she opened the door, she saw her husband holding another woman in his arms. And the most humiliating part, that woman looked at her and asked, "How did you end up marrying someone like her?" Everyone's eyes turned towards Susie. Sean stood up and looked at her and asked if she even deserved to stand beside him. Susie gripped her cane tightly, forced a smile, and asked, "Did I do something wrong?" But Sean didn't answer. He pulled a divorce agreement from his folder and threw it at her. "Take this and leave." Susie looked down at the papers. Then she suddenly smiled. She didn't say a word. She just turned around and walked away. But Sean had no idea. The woman he pushed away would become the biggest regret of his life. After leaving the hotel, Susie made one phone call. That same night, the entire internet exploded. The legendary swimmer, Bluebird, who disappeared 5 years ago, was officially making her comeback. Nobody knew the woman Sean looked down on as a disabled wife was actually the same Bluebird who once stood on the World Championship podium. 10 years ago, Susie's father was betrayed by his own subordinate, Jason. Jason set him up and took control of the company. Susie survived, and from that day on, she hid her identity, using the name Bluebird, waiting for the day she could take back everything that belonged to her. Soon after, Jason's daughter, Jade, appeared. She told everyone that she was the real Bluebird. She claimed that 5 years ago, she was badly injured while saving Sean, and that is why she disappeared. Sean believed every word. He treated Jade like she was made of gold. He even gave her his family's heirloom, the heart of the ocean, as a sign of his love. Then Jason held a huge Bluebird comeback banquet. He was ready to announce his daughter's identity to everyone. At the party, Sean, the biggest investor, offered company shares and proposed to Jade. Everyone was celebrating until the doors suddenly opened. A woman wearing a Bluebird mask slowly walked in. The entire room went silent. The moment Jade saw her, her expression changed. She pointed at Susie and shouted, "You dare pretend to be me?" Susie slowly removed the mask, revealing the face Sean knew better than anyone. Jason immediately stepped forward. "Don't believe her. Susie has a hereditary heart condition. How could she possibly be Bluebird?" People started questioning her. Even Sean looked at Susie with doubt in his eyes. But Susie didn't explain. She only looked at Jade and asked, "Aren't you Bluebird? Then prove it. Get in the pool and swim." Jade's face turned pale. She said that 5 years ago, she developed a fear of water while saving Sean, so she couldn't swim anymore. Sean immediately felt sorry for her. Then he said, "I'm a Bluebird fan. I've watched every single one of her competitions. I know her swimming style. Prove that you're really her." With no other choice, Jade jumped into the pool, but Sean didn't see the amazing performance he expected. Instead, Jade was struggling in the water, begging for help. Nothing like the legendary Bluebird. Everyone there knew something was off. Then, the doors opened again. A man walked in with a group of people behind him. Everyone's attention shifted. His name was Ethan, the head of the International 13 Council, and Bluebird's longtime friend Jason was about to greet him, but Ethan stopped him. He waved his hand, and his people brought someone out. It was the Sue family's former butler, Frank. Jason went pale the second he saw him. Frank confessed everything. 10 years ago, Jason paid him $1 million. He ordered him to poison Susie's parents, then start the fire and make it look like an accident. And Jade was also involved in poisoning the food. Jason and Jade had nothing left to say, and Sean stood there frozen. He couldn't say a single word. He looked at Susie. The woman he had looked down on for 5 years was now standing in the center of everyone's attention, taking back everything that belonged to her. Only then did Sean realize the person he spent years hating and looking down on was the one person he'd always admired the most. He wanted to walk over. He wanted to stop her, but Susie pulled out the divorce agreement from before, signed it right in front of him, and slapped it back into his hands. Then she turned around and walked away with Ethan. Sean stood there, watching her disappear. He thought he had gotten rid of a burden, but he was the one who threw away everything he ever wanted.